We're doing the boat cruise, and it took us a while to get there. We walk. I am sweaty. We're waiting for the boat to come so we can board. It should be fun. Except it's 100 degrees outside. I have a fan that has water in there. That's how I'm able to survive it in this heat. Still in the boat line. This is a boat that finally came. We are on the boat. We are on the boat. Aimee, you feel better? Miss Lynn is fanning herself. That's all hot. That's another boat. More people waiting to get in line. Got it, Lynn's hair blowing. Still sitting on a boat, waiting. There are more boats passing by.
Alright, so before we get started, I gotta go over some safety rules and regulations. Please, everybody remain seated at all times. We're gonna be going underneath a lot of low-hanging bridges. Please do not try and reach over and touch them with your hands. Some of them have sharp edges, and we don't want anybody to cut the beautiful little fingers. Keep everything inside the boat railing. That means arms, legs, heads, children, or those brand new iPhone 17s, keep them inside the boat railing. If you guys drop those $2,000 cell phones inside the river, you guys are not gonna get them back. There's no smoking or vaping allowed during on the boat tour on the river level. If they see you smoking or vaping, it's a $300 fine. Let's save that money for some margaritas instead. Life jacket says panic. Just stand up and walk yourself out of the river. It's only 3 to 5 feet deep. There's only one small area allowed. This I realized. So we're like in the center of a building right now. This building we are in the center of, this is the River Center Mall. This is the second largest mall here in San Antonio. Over 1 million square foot of shopping. Inside this mall, you guys are going to find the Louis Vuitton store, the Gucci store, the Prada store, the Michael Kors store. I see all the ladies looking at me with big smile on their faces right now. But you know what? I was just kidding. They don't have any of those stores inside here. The only store that I know they have inside here is the liquor store, okay?
Oh, okay.
Now, if you guys are Lego fans, they do have Legoland inside here. They have a sea life aquarium. They even have an IMAX movie theater that has been playing the same movie for many, many, many years. The name of the movie is Alamo, The Price of Freedom. That's like the more informative version of what happened at the Battle of the Alamo. Turbo diesel engine on this boat. Well, that's because I don't have one of those, alright? This thing is more like a Tesla. This thing is electric. Each boat has anywhere from 4 to 6 batteries. We have 2 boat marinas where we park these boats at night. We leave them charging all night long, just like your cell phones. Then those batteries will get us going through the whole entire, okay? Let's see. Let's get out of this area. It's too loud over here. Then we get this party started.
Trying to
So, when they come in for my job interview, you get this job. I walk right into the office. The guy looks at me and he says, "You're hired." And I was like, wait. I said, once you walk into the office, what do you mean? He said, "Yeah, man, you got the job." And I was like, "You're not gonna ask me no interviewing questions." He said, "No need to." I thought it was pretty weird. But then it didn't take me too long to realize why they hired me. the requirement to work here. I was like, whatever, man. You guys see this guy right here on my right hand side? The one that's holding the baby with the six-pack. That's Sanantonio of Padua. It was gifted to us back in the year 1968 by the country of Portugal. Saint Anthony in Spanish is San Antonio. That's what they named this city after, and that's what they renamed this river after as well. That guy right over there. Over here on my right hand side, above the street level, you guys are going to see a beautiful tower. It's a little hard to see, it's behind all these trees. That's a church. That's a St. Joseph Church. It was built back in the year 1868. German immigrants who settled in this area, they wanted a place where they can worship God in their own native language, and that's why they built that church. Until this day, on the fourth Sunday of every month, the choir still sings in their native language. It's also open to the public if you guys would like to check it out. It's really beautiful inside there, by the way.
Nice.
The building in front of us to my left-hand side, the one that says on the top, Hilton Palacio del Rio. That's a hotel. It was built back in the year 1968. But can you guys see how big? And yeah, there's some old colors too. Right.
Bridge.
I don't know if you guys been walking around the Riverwalk area already or not. I know some of you guys are probably going to be wondering what's going on with all these Christmas lights. Well, let me tell you guys, here at the San Antonio Riverwalk, we do not have a homeowners association. This building right here on my left-hand side goes from here to all the way over there. This is the one hotel we were just talking about that they're building less than 7.5 months. You guys get a better idea from this area exactly how big this hotel is. I know there's people inside this boat that takes them longer to clean their closet than what it took them to build this entire hotel. You know who you are. You know you out there.
Lenny.
This area we're here in front of us, this is called La Villita. La Villita in English means little village. This is the oldest neighborhood here in San Antonio. It was established back in the year 1722. What happened was, Spanish soldiers who were stationed at La Misión San Antonio de Valero, better known now as the Alamo, those Spanish soldiers, they settled this area, and that's how the neighborhood got started. Exactly 301 years ago, year 1722. Do you guys see those green looking stairs over there in front of us? That's the Arnerson River Theater. It was established back in the year 1941. It has capacity for 800 people. They have concerts over here, they have comedy clubs, river boat parades. They have at least 150 different events here per year. If you guys look to my right hand side, that's the stage. Are you guys familiar with the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock? If you guys remember the movie, there was a part in that movie where Miss Sandra Bullock was doing a bikini competition. She was in this very same exact stage. If you guys remember the part very well, when Miss Sandra Bullock was on top of this stage doing her bikini competition, there was a part where you guys see those statues in front of us, statue of the bulls with the cowboy and the back of the horse? It looked like a scene from the Wild Wild West. The building right behind it, that's the Briscoe Western Army Museum. They opened their doors back in the year 2013. They have a lot of cool artifacts inside this museum. They have the last known horse out of Pancho Villa, the ceremonials of General Santa Ana. They even have a diagram of what the entire Alamo compound used to look like. But this same building has been here since the year 1930. In the year 1930, this used to be the public library. What about this bridge in front of us? This is the Presa Bridge. Only 10 of these bridges here in the United States. 5 of them are here in Texas, and we are so lucky we got 3 of them right here at the San Antonio Riverwalk. What makes this bridge so special is that it was made in Berlin, Connecticut. Just a quick reminder, everybody please remain seated. This bridge hangs very, very low, and I need to make sure to align this boat to go right in the center of this. You guys see the black table over there in front of us? That's the Father Massonet table. It was gifted to us back in the year 1991 by a local artist, and it was to commemorate the first Catholic event that took place here on the river over 300 years ago by Father Massonet. But this day we're sitting on top of an island. The name of this island is Marriage Island. Over 300 couples get married in this island per year. Wow. If you guys look at this island from above, the roots of this cypress tree make the island look like it's in the shape of a heart. If you guys would have been here during Valentine's Day, there was a crazy long line of couples trying to get on top of this island, either to get married or to propose. Oh. I was at the end of the line. I told my girl, this line's too long, let's go sit at the bar instead. We're about to miss happy hour. Anyways, I'm over there with those low-hanging bridges, too many tight turns. This section in front of us looks like a freeway to me. And these boats are so fast, they reach top speed as quick as 5 seconds. Does anybody wants to see how fast this boat really is?
Yeah.
Here he goes. Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ladies, gentlemen, and children, we have reached full speed. Being in front of the boat, they think we're gonna run them over. And you know what? I tried. I just can never get to them. They're too fast. How about this beautiful building on my left-hand side with the big beautiful flag all the way at the top of the building? This is the Tower Life building. It was built back in the year 1929 by the Smith Young brothers. It cost them $3 million to build this tower. $3 million. But those dollars. Now, I'm not good at math. I'm only good at math when I'm getting my paycheck. Then I'm like Albert Einstein doing some algebra, trying to figure out what half of my paycheck went. And I think it's called the windows open. You guys are gonna get to hear me every day. The building in front of us, that's the Bayhart County Courthouse, oldest continuously operating courthouse in the state of Texas. It was built back in the year 1897. I can kind of see that a little bit. Some of the people say it looks just like the Titanic. Now I know they got mental problems. Those people that say, there's a floodgate that sits underneath of us right now. When we're having some heavy rain, there'll be 2 floodgates that will close. This is one of them. These 2 floodgates are the ones that keep this whole area that we've been known away from flooding. The Silent Tree. This is the biggest and the oldest tree right here, the San Antonio Riverwalk. Some people say it's about 400 years old and 100 feet tall. There's a legend that says that back in the year 1835 there was a Mexican sniper who climbed all the way to the top of the tree. That Mexican sniper was up there for a couple of days. He is the one who shot and killed Benjamin Milan. Now remember, I just told you guys we had 2 floodgates in 33. In fact, they opened their doors as a fully stacked bar exactly 5 minutes right after Prohibition ended. 5 minutes before Prohibition ended, it used to be a barber shop. They said that back in the days, people would come and get haircuts here 7 days a week. I believe those stories, I do. They have the longest wooden bar top in the state of Texas, over 100 feet long. This is where you guys can find Bob every day after work. Maybe that's why I haven't paid my utility bills. That building there is getting paid for sure. You guys see this line of people right here on my right-hand side? This is our 3rd and last boat tour location. The only difference between this boat tour location and the one you guys got on is that they don't have me here. That's the only difference. This building right here on my right-hand side, this is the Aztec movie theater. It was built back in the year 1926. Back in those years, they used to play state-of-the-art movies in here, but those movies are no longer state-of-the-art, and that's why the movie theater went out of business. The type of movies that they used to play here, they were black and white silent. This building right here on my left-hand side, back in the year 1853, it used to be St. Mary's School for Boys. Only boys were allowed to go to this school back in those years. Who came up with that idea? Anyways, the school got too big, they had too many. You guys are wondering how. Alright, get ready. This entire building is about to disappear because we're about to be gone underneath this bridge in front of us. Everybody was like this, everybody was like, quarters, last but not least, 1. Now that building right there, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Next Hospital. The Next Hospital was built back in the year 1930. In the year 1930, the Next Hospital was the first and the only hospital in the entire nation to have air conditioning. There was no other hospitals with air conditioning before this one. If you guys look through the window, they even have a miniature version of the Love Life Bridge inside there. Oh, so beautiful. Over here on my right-hand side, above the street level, you guys gonna see the Casino Club. That's the only casino right here at the San Antonio Riverwalk. Everybody gets so happy as soon as they heard the word casino. I even noticed some of you guys, as soon as you heard the word casino, you started twitching because you just can't wait. It's gonna be over here on my left-hand side, the Lone Star Restaurant. Now, this restaurant's a mix between Mexican and American food. Around here, we call it Tex-Mex. You guys want original Mexican food? Then it's gonna be right here to my right-hand side. How do I know it's original? It says it right on the front. If you guys want to think, the first restaurant opened their doors here at the San Antonio Riverwalk in the year 1946. It's going to be Casa Rio on my right-hand side. I got to practice that a little bit. That's a little embarrassing, alright. That was built back in the year 1906. It is a historic building. We cannot demolish historic buildings right here. You know what the Marriott did? They left the entire Fairmont Hotel, loaded up in top of 36 dollies and rolled it down the building. Never moved on public streets. They moved the building back in the year 1985. They were rolling the building down the street at a speed of half a mile an hour. It took them 7 entire days just to roll the building to where it was last year by a Mexican artist named Pedro Reyes. She is made out of volcanic rock. She is 16 feet tall. Can you guys see what she's holding in her hand? A star. The star is made out of marble. As we get close, if you guys look at the center of the star, there's a tiny little hole in the center of the star. So she's looking inside the tiny little hole. She's looking through the tiny little hole. What she's showing you guys about
reached, this is the end of the tour.
Last but not least, tips are accepted and they'll be greatly appreciated. If you guys don't have any cash with you, don't you guys worry. I got it.
You're getting off the boat. Thank you, you were awesome and funny. Getting off the boat. Leaving San Antonio, waiting for our Uber. Had a nice weekend in San Antonio. How did you guys enjoy San Antonio?